Hi, my name's Gary Brawer. I'm here today to teach you how to string up your own guitar. Unlike the Stratocaster, where we did a locking method on the tuning machine to keep the string shorter for the tremolo, this is going to be a simpler method, just more of a standard wrap. And show you how we're going to do that. So, you always want to be careful taking the strings out of the package. You can put a kink or a bend in the string, and any kinks or bend in the string will cause it to buzz against any fret that it's in front of. So just be careful opening it, and be careful unwrapping it, so you unwrap it straight. And I start by taking the tuner and lining the hole up with the nut slot, string it through the tailpiece. We're doing this one string at a time. I recommend doing one string at a time so you keep tension on the guitar. It keeps the truss rod from moving, keeps your bridge from moving or falling off. It keeps the guitar in a stable position so when you restring it, it'll stay the same place it was. If you're going to clean your fingerboard or clean your frets, just be careful you keep everything in the same position. So I have a standard pencil, it's nice and sharp, and I go into the nut slot and I just color it in. I put a little powdered graphite in there. If you've ever tuned up your string and heard a pink or a tink or a clink, it's the string sticking in the nut, and what that does, the pencil lead helps keep it lubricated. So I put the string through the hole. One of the big mysteries is how many wraps do you do. I like anywhere between 2 and 3. Too many, the string just takes a long time to stretch in. Not enough, there's not enough stability holding it. So we find a reference. The reference I use are the frets. So if you pull the string tight, grab the string at the first fret, you can pull the string towards the bridge any amount you want. I say go, typically I go 1 fret. I'll put a bend up at the tuner to lock the wind to the core. Then I will go over. It's a little hard to see, but what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping the string over the tail once. And then the rest of the time I'm wrapping it, I'm going to go down the tuner in order to keep low pressure on the nut. So we go over, we bend the tail up, and now we're going to wind the string down. And there you have it. We got about 2 winds on the tuner. It goes over and under. We put a nice sharp bend going up, and we cut it. So there you have that. So you've got a lubricated nut, and you've got a string on well. Now we're going to do a high string, which I do a little bit different on the treble strings. The treble strings don't grip the tuning machine as well as the wound strings. So I have a little trick to this method. And again, as opposed to the locking the string on the tuner method, which is harder to de-string your guitar. So again, I'm going to put the tuning hole in line with the string. We're going to take our graphite, our pencil. We're going to fill in the slot. Be careful not to get any chunks of graphite in the nut slot. It'll cause your string to buzz. So we're going to go through. Make sure you pull your string tight before you measure and that the ball end is sunk into the tailpiece. So I'll go measure the length I like. I'm going to go on the treble strings, which are the ones that do not have the extra wind on it. On an electric guitar, usually it's the top 3, although occasionally you'll have a wound G string. So I'll go 1.5 frets. And instead of winding over the tuner, instead of winding over the tail once, I'm going to wind over the tail twice. What that allows you to do is have the string cross over itself. And by doing so, it locks it on the tuner. After I get it on, I didn't show you on the E string, but after I get the string on, I like to give it a small tug just to seat it at the tuner, seat it at the tailpiece. The Dunlop strings, you don't need to wildly stretch them. Just give them a little tug to seat them and play them in. They'll settle very quickly. Again, the treble string, I'll give it a little tug and tune it up. And there you have it. Again, follow the over twice and under on the treble strings and the over once and under on the bass strings. And you'll have a guitar that'll stay in tune and be very easy to change again.